Welcome, innovators. I'm your navigator, and you've just docked at IdeaMechanics, the place where we reverse engineer the creative process. Today, we are unlocking the official blueprint for generating brilliant, truly actionable ideas. So strap in, because we're getting straight to the core mechanics.
You know the feeling, right? You're in yet another endless meeting. There are these awkward silences, and you end up with a pile of sticky notes that just goes absolutely nowhere. It feels like a total system failure. But listen, it's not your fault. The process is flawed, not the people.
That's right. The whole malfunction usually happens in the setup. The thing is doomed before it even starts. But hey, don't worry, I've got the schematics right here, the blueprint to run ideation missions that actually get results. So consider me your guide for this entire operation.
Okay, here's our flight plan. We're going to start with mission prep, which is where all the critical groundwork gets laid. Then we'll enter the ideation zone. That's the heart of the creative process. And finally, we'll cover how to turn that little creative spark into some real-world impact. Let's engage phase 1. And I need you to really hear this. Your success is not determined by some random stroke of genius during the meeting. No. It is forged in the preparation you do before anyone even steps into the room. This right here, this is where you win. First things first, every mission needs a target. You have to start with a clear point of view, or POV statement, that really nails down the problem. Then you frame it with how might we questions. See, that simple little shift in language opens up possibilities instead of shutting them down. And look here, your agenda has to be designed to balance two very different modes of thinking, going wide with ideas and then narrowing them down. Okay, pay attention to this number, 5 to 7. That is the absolute sweet spot for your crew. Any more than that, and people just won't get a chance to speak. Any fewer, and you risk not having enough different perspectives in the mix. It's the optimal tactical size, for sure. So, who's on this elite crew? Well, you need a cross-functional team. People from design, engineering, marketing. Look for what we call T-shaped profiles. That just means they have deep expertise in one area, but they also have broad knowledge across a lot of others. And this is non-negotiable. Assign these two roles: a facilitator, to guide the process, and a decider who can make the tough calls. All right, prep work is complete. Welcome to phase 2, the ideation zone. Your crew is assembled, and it's time to execute this mission with precision and focus. This is where the magic happens, but trust me, it's magic by design. Think of this timeline as your command console. Notice how every single segment is time-boxed? A quick intro, a creative warm-up to get the engines running, a solid block of time for idea generation, and a final segment for making decisions. Sticking to the clock like this creates urgency and really keeps the momentum going. Now, understanding this slide is absolutely fundamental. Your brain basically has two different gears, divergent and convergent. In the divergent phase, the only goal is quantity. No idea is a bad idea, you just go as wide as you possibly can. Then you shift gears to convergent thinking. And that's where you analyze, you critique, and you select the best ideas to move forward. The key is you absolutely cannot do both at the same time. And to really feel that divergent phase, here's one of my all-time favorite high-velocity techniques, crazy 8s. 8 ideas, 8 minutes. That time pressure is the secret ingredient. It forces you to just bypass your internal critic and push past the first, most obvious solutions to get to the truly innovative ones. And the mechanics of it are brilliantly simple. A sheet of paper, a marker. You fold it into 8 sections. You set a timer for 8 minutes and you just go. Everyone sketches one idea per box. It's fast, it's democratic, and it generates this huge volume of visual ideas in record time. Of course, Crazy 8s is just one tool in the arsenal. This table shows a few more advanced techniques. You could use SCAMPER as a kind of checklist to remix existing concepts, or even try reverse brainstorming, where you figure out how to cause a problem, which, believe it or not, often reveals some brilliant solutions. The point is, your toolkit should be diverse. Okay, time for the final and most important phase. The ideation session was a success, but the mission is not over. Not even close. An idea without a clear path to action is just a fantasy. Phase 3 is all about making it real. So the second that session ends, your number one priority is data capture. Photograph everything. Export those digital whiteboards. And definitely don't forget the parking lot. That's where you store all the good ideas that were maybe just a little off topic. They might be the key to your very next mission. You can't let valuable intel get lost. So, how do you decide what to do next with all these ideas? The impact versus effort matrix is your strategic map. You just plot your top ideas on this grid, and your prime targets, they're right here in the top left quadrant. The quick wins, high impact, low effort. That's exactly where you start to build momentum. This checklist is how you turn those quick wins into a real concrete plan. After you score your ideas using the MUF test, that stands for new, useful, and feasible, you define the very next step. Then you assign a single owner, because accountability is everything. Set a timeline. And finally, package the results to share it with leadership. This is how you prove the mission's value.
And there you have it, the complete blueprint. From preparation all the way to execution and action. You now have the full operational schematic for productive, powerful ideation. The system is yours to command.
I want you to remember this. Innovation is not about waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration to strike. It's an engineering discipline. Great ideas are constructed piece by piece through a process built on structure, sharp focus, and disciplined collaboration.
You have the tools, you have the blueprint. The only thing left to do is launch. So I'll leave you with this one final transmission. What mission-critical problem are you going to solve first? Go build something brilliant. Navigator, out.